Hey everybody, it's another Wednesday night in February, and that means the continuation of the theme of the channel right now, which is baseball movies honored on the tabletop. Week one was the movie 42 about Jackie Robinson, and last week was honoring Moneyball about Billy Beane and the 2002 Oakland A's, who used sabermetrics and really in-depth statistics to try to find guys with high on-base percentage that were low payroll and how they won the pennant with that. Now week three is the movie Major League, which for those who have not seen it, and I imagine most people have that are baseball fans, it was a movie from the late 80s about a fictitious Cleveland Indians team, and it included such actors as Wesley Snipes and also the controversial Charlie Sheen, who played Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn. For those who don't know or haven't figured it out yet, these intros that I'm doing right here are done after the original game has been played. In other words, I've already played this game. Actually, I played it over the break between Christmas and New Year's and just saved it on my phone so that I could piecemeal it out incrementally. But I got a suggestion about possibly doing intros and wrap-ups, so that's what I started to do with these videos. Now, I actually realize that I made a mistake in the video for this game. Not in the way the game was played, but in one of the players. There was a ace relief pitcher for the rival Yankees in that movie. They just called him the Duke. They didn't really give him a last name. They just called him the Duke. And when I was reading the credits on the movie, it showed Duke Temple, and it showed it being played by Steve Yeager. Duke Temple, as it turns out, was actually one of the assistant coaches for the Indians, who was in fact played by Steve Yeager. But the Duke for the Yankees, was not Steve Yeager. It was actually a former Major League pitcher. Now what I did is I printed out, just to kind of give everybody fresher memories, I printed out some pictures that someone had made on the internet of the actors in uniform in mock baseball cards. So let me pause this video. I'm going to turn the camera around, and actually I got to stop the video and start a new one, but I'll put them together so it looks like it's seamless. But what I'm going to do is show the all the baseball cards that I printed out for the highlighted players on the team. Okay, there's a card there of, it looks like Duke Simpson was his name in the movie. I don't think they ever used the name Simpson, but he was called basically the Duke. That was his trademark. He was the ace reliever for the Yankees. And I thought it was played by Steve Yeager, but it turns out it was actually played by a former major leaguer by the name of Willie Mueller, who pitched for the Brewers briefly. And there is a picture of what Willie Mueller looked like back in his heyday. So that's him now as the Duke. And since the movie was filmed in Milwaukee, I can see where they would get a former Brewer that would be local enough to take part in the baseball scenes on those movies. So as we go to some of the other characters, there is another picture of the Duke. And then we have Willie Mays Hayes in the fashion of an Upper Deck baseball card. So you see Willie Mays Hayes there. Then we have Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn. So get that picture fresh in your mind. All right. Then we have the veteran pitcher Eddie Harris. He's the one who is going to start for the Indians in this game. He is a crafty veteran who doesn't have the arm strength anymore, but in the movie he was shown to put Vaseline and Vagisil and all kind of other what they call foreign elements on his person, on his hands, his hat, his pants, everything else. Kind of mimicked Gaylord Perry a little bit for doctoring the baseball. But that's Eddie Harris. And then we scroll down here and we've got the catcher Jake Taylor, played by Tom Berenger. And then we have third baseman Roger Dorn, played by Corbin Burnson. So just to kind of, for those who haven't seen the movie in a while, at least that gives you a refresher on what they look like. Then we had the manager Lou Brown, and he does play a pivotal part in the game, as you will see coming up because of the manager cards. That is Lou Brown. The actor's name is James Gammons. And over here we have Pedro Serrano. He is now well known to a lot of people as the guy who does the Allstate commercials. I think he's also in a detective show, but I'm not sure which one. But anyway, that's Pedro Serrano. Then we have Pete Vukovich, former Major League pitcher with the Brewers, who played Clu Hayward, the power-hitting first baseman for the Yankees, and that is Clu Hayward there. And then I wanted to show at the very end, this is the Joe Boo doll that Pedro Serrano had in his locker to help him with the curveball. So that's some of the characters there from the movie. Just to give everybody a fresh look at what's going to come up. So as I said, when I made the card for the Duke for the Yankees, I erroneously called him Duke Temple, and it's really Duke Mueller is his real name, but actually his character is Duke Simpson. So I should go, if I play that set again, I'll edit it to be Duke Simpson. But it didn't affect the game otherwise. It just had the wrong name. So sit back and relax and enjoy. This is a History Maker baseball game using the fictitious set I created to honor the movie Major League, and it's going to be a replay of the one-game playoff that occurred at the end of the movie. I tried to use the exact lineups as best I could piece together. Best I could piece together from the movie. I went back and watched the movie again just to kind of make sure I caught all the names of the players, even the ones that aren't emphasized in the movie. You can obviously look at the back of their uniforms and catch their names and what position they played. So I'll talk about that through the course of the game and the play creation and so forth. So anyway, that's about it for an intro here. I hope this one goes over well. This was actually the game I had the most fun playing of any of the games I've put on this channel, probably because it was a fictitious set and I tried to have some fun with it, use a little humor in my commentary along the way. And of course, Bob Uecker was the announcer in this game. Harry Doyle was his character's name. So sit back and enjoy week number 3, Wednesday night, hump night, movie night on the channel. Tribute to the movie Major League. Okay guys, it's movie time again on the channel. Baseball movies replicated on the board game. And this time around we're going to have some fun. We're replicating the movie Major League, the comedy movie, and this is going to be on History Maker Baseball. And as you can see, I've got the top 4 batters in the Indians order. Willie Mays Hayes, Jake Taylor, who was played, well, Willie Mays Hayes was Wesley Snipes. Jake Taylor was played by Tom Berenger. Roger Dorn, forget the actor's name, Corbin Burnson, I believe, is the actor that played him. And Pedro Serrano, I don't remember the actor's name that played him, but he does the Allstate commercials, and I think he's on one of the detective shows as well. Can't think of his name off the top of my head. But anyway, just thought I'd have some fun and get ready for History Maker Baseball. And before the game starts, I'll go through the player creation. I actually had some fun with that also, creating some fictional New York Yankees and some fictional Cleveland Indians to help fill the lineup out. Where I could put in the actual players from the movie, I did that. Just looking at the back of uniforms or listening to Bob Uecker make an announcement about a player. A lot of times the only thing they gave out was the last name, so I had to make up the first name. And some of the players I just made up a name and qualities just to suit what I felt like it needed to be there. One thing I did do is I made every single player on the Yankees either an icon or a semi-icon, because in the movie they were portrayed to be this evil giant kind of a thing. And most of the Indians were newer players, except for the veterans like Jake Taylor and Roger Dorn, who I made as icons. Everybody else I made as either prospects or semi-prospects for the most part. Some were neutral. So I'm going to take a break here and get something to drink, and then I'll introduce you to all of, or at least the highlight of the players that are created, and we'll get ready to play History Maker Baseball. This is going to be a replay of the playoff game, one-game playoff between the Indians and the Yankees that occurred at the end of the movie, and I tried to use as much of the actual lineups as I could remember from that, and the rest of it I kind of just filled in as I saw fit. On the mound for the Yankees in that game, the character's named Steve Jackson. He was a 20-game winner announced by Bob Uecker, so I made him an ace star semi-flash with control. Ed Harris is the veteran right-hander who put all the substances and whatnot on himself to try to kind of mimic Gaylord Perry. He was a crafty veteran who didn't have the fastball anymore, but he did have double control. I made him an ace and a star and an icon. And then for some of the Yankees, I made up a lot of the players, obviously, until I heard their names. If I heard any of their names throughout the broadcast, I used that. Now, Clu Hayward, he was the big power-hitting first baseman. He was kind of the nemesis of Charlie Sheen. And as you can see, I made him a hero, a champion, a slugger, a home run king, patient, good eye, and an icon. So I made him up as best he could be made up to be a nemesis. Now, Coleman here, Neil Coleman. Neil I made up. I don't know what the first name was of the character, but in the movie his name was Coleman, and he always batted after, or at least in the one scene, he batted after Clu Hayward. There was a scene where Clu Hayward hit I believe a grand slam off of Ricky Vaughn, and the very next pitch, Vaughn plunked Coleman to get ejected, and Jake Taylor, or the catcher Jack Taylor, always, told Coleman, said, "Don't think about it, Coleman," when he talked about trying to go to a fight. So I knew his name was Coleman. Didn't know what the first name was, so I just made it up. And then some other guys I made up, Morris Traylor, Ed Martin. I just picked random names just to make it up, and random characteristics and whatnot. Like I said, it's all in fun. I'm not trying to get any kind of a stratomatic type of feel to this game. This is all for fun. I did pull 4 umpires out of retirement for this game from the 70s. So we're going to go with Durwood Merrill at home, Jerry Newdecker at first. We have Larry McCoy at second, and Bill Kunkel at third. So we are ready to go here in this game. And it's actually being played at Milwaukee County Stadium in Milwaukee, because that's where the movie was filmed. They filmed all the games, no matter what they were representing, from County Stadium in Milwaukee. And that stadium plays big versus left and right. So it's a big park if the park qualities come into play. So without further ado, we'll get going here with the Major League movie version of History Maker Baseball. And Elliott Williams, the speedy center fielder that I made up for the Yankees, will be up against Eddie Harris. Here's the pitch. It is a 2-3-5, and a 2-3-5 states, or it asks, is the pitcher wild? No, Ed Harris has double control. Therefore, it is not a walk. So we go to the next account and ask, is the batter eager? The batter is actually semi-patient, so he's not eager. So therefore, he grounds out to second base unless he's patient. He's semi-patient. Decide or die says no. So it is a ground out to second base after all. And Williams is retired. So 1 away. And that'll bring up the Yankees second baseman, Rudy Kirkland. Another name I just made up. Here's Rudy Kirkland. And it is 4-4-4. So the pitcher spot is blank. It asks if he's a scrapper. He is a semi-scrapper. Decide or die says no. So therefore, it's a double to right field. A double to right field. If he was a home run king, it would have been a home run, but he's not. So it's strictly a double for Kirkland. So 1-out double for Kirkland. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Mark Burton. Now, Burton was a real character in the game. He hit a long fly ball for an out in that championship game. I don't know. I think he actually had a home run in that championship game. And but I made it the word Mark. I made up the name Mark, I should say. But anyway, he was a left-handed hitter that hit a home run in that game. So here we go. I made him a semi-slugger and a semi-hero. Here is the pitch. It is a 1-1-5. 1-1-5 asks, is the pitcher fresh? Yep, Eddie Harris is fresh. Therefore, it is a pop fly to the infield of our choice. We're going to say he pops up to Corbin Burnson over there. Mr. Roger Dorn for out number 2. So Burton is out, and now the big Clu Haywood is up. Clu Haywood. Now, logically, you would think they would walk Clu Haywood, but that wouldn't be any fun in this kind of game. I'm not going to intentionally walk somebody in this game. So Clu Haywood's going to be at bat with a runner at second and 2 outs. And the delivery is a 1-1-4. 1-1-4 asks, is he fresh? Yes, he is. It's a ground ball to short. So Eddie Harris coaxes Clu Haywood to ground to short. And after half an inning to play here in Milwaukee, even though it's supposed to be Cleveland, it is the Yankees nothing and the Indians coming to bat. And Willie Mays Hayes will start things off against Steven Jackson. Jackson is the last name in the movie. I don't know what his first name was, so I just gave him the name Steve Jackson. But Willie Mays Hayes will lead things off. It is a 2-5-5. 2-5-5 asks, is the pitcher a star? Yes, he is. He is a star. Therefore, it's a strikeout unless the batter has a good eye. But Willie Mays Hayes does not have a good eye, so he strikes out. 1 down. Willie Mays Hayes is gone. And now the catcher, Jake Taylor. Jake Taylor steps to the plate. Jake Taylor. It is a 1-2-5. 1-2-5 asks, is the pitcher a struggler? No, he's not. Is the batter patient? Yes, he is patient. Therefore, he gets a walk. However, the walk result has the glasses on it. So we're going to go to the umpire check. And it says here, a questionable or strict umpire calls strike 3. Durwood Merrill is semi-strict as an umpire. Decide or Die says he is strict. So therefore, Jake Taylor, instead of walking, he strikes out. Durwood Merrill does him in. So there are now 2 outs. And third baseman Roger Dorn steps to the plate. It is a 1-3-6. 1-3-6 asks, is the pitcher an ace? Yes, he is. It is a strikeout unless he has a good eye. He has a semi-good eye. Decide or Die says he does have a good eye, so therefore it is a walk. So Roger Dorn is going to draw a 2-out walk, and that'll bring up Pedro Serrano. No word yet whether or not he is asking Joe Boo for help. So we will see. Here is Serrano. It is a 2-3-6. 2-3-6 asks, does the pitcher have double control? No, he does not. Is the pitcher batting? No, he's not. So it's a walk. So Pedro Serrano will walk. So back-to-back walks. Back-to-back walks. Puts 2 on and 2 out. And Fred Tomlinson. Tomlinson was an actual character in the movie. He had a long fly ball for an out in the championship game. I don't know what his first name was. I just called him Fred. They just called him Tomlinson. I don't know what the first name was, but he's a lefty hitter, and he's up there trying to drive a run home. And it is a 3-6-6. 3-6-6 for the pitcher is blank. Is he a pinch hitter? No. Therefore, he flies to center field, and the inning is over. So, 1 inning down in the books from Milwaukee, and it is the Yankees nothing and the Indians nothing. So now the famous Neil Coleman, or Coleman, is up to the plate to start things off against Eddie Harris. And it is a 2-2-5. 2-2-5 asks, is the pitcher a star? Yes, he is. It's a ground out to the infielder by choice. So we're going to again ground out to Roger Dorn. Keep him busy over there. 1 away. I think he earned some of that money. All right, third baseman, made-up player, Morris Traylor. I just made him up. Here we go. It is a 3-4-5. 3-4-5 asks, is the catcher iron? No, Jake Taylor is semi-gold. The next check is a good eye. Does the batter have a good eye? No, he's eager and a whiffer. So therefore, it's a strikeout. So a strikeout for Traylor, and it's in blue, so we're going to go to the right now chart. And Ed Harris will be semi-hot based on that strikeout. He is semi-hot. The designated hitter for the Yankees, Ed Martin, another made-up player, is going to be neutral. So we have a semi-hot pitcher against a neutral batter. And it is a 2-3. Asked, is it a cold pitcher? No, he's not. Therefore, it's a towering fly out to center field, and the inning is over. So Eddie Harris meandering through the Yankee lineup the first 2 innings, unscathed. We go to the bottom of the second with the score, the Yankees nothing and the Indians nothing. And leading off for the Indians will be first baseman Frank Metcalf. I believe they said the name Metcalf, or I read it on the back of his jersey. Don't know what the first name was, so I just gave him the name Frank. But he looked like a pretty big dude, so I gave him a semi-home run king and a semi-slugger quality, along with a semi-eager and a whiffer. So it looked like one of those all-or-nothing type players. Here's the pitch to Metcalf. It is 1-1-6. 1-1-6 asks, is the pitcher fresh? Jackson, yes he is. It's a strikeout. So Metcalf out on strikes. That will now bring up the second baseman, Charlie Larson. Now, Larson was the name on the back of the jersey of the second baseman for the Indians in the movie. Don't know what the first name was, just made it up. Same with the qualities. So here we go. It is 1-4-5. 1-4-5 asks the pitcher a struggler. No, he is not. The batting column is blank. Therefore, it's a ground out to either first or third base. We'll say it's a ground out to third for out number 2. Number 2 is it's out number 2, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Carlos Reyna. Now, Reyna was the last name on the jersey of the shortstop. Just made up Carlos. I don't know what the name was supposed to be. But anyway, and I made up all the qualities. I made him pretty much the worst hitting player he can have. I gave him a sad sack, utility, scrapper, eager, and whiffer. Although it did make him active, so if he ever gets on base, he could run. Here's the pitch. It's a 3-5-6, which is the same check, and they are the same, so Mr. Reyna strikes out. So the end of 2 complete here in Milwaukee for this Yankees-Cleveland game. Major League replay. It is no score. All right, top of the third, and made-up catcher Steve Cloninger is up to the plate. Cloninger, just made up that name, is 2-5-5. 2-5-5 asks, is the pitcher a star, Eddie Harris? Yes, he is. Therefore, it is a strikeout unless the batter has a good eye. Cloninger does not have a good eye, so it is a strikeout. So Eddie Harris picks up his second strikeout of the game. 1 away. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter in the order, Joey Danello. Now, Danello is the shortstop's name in that movie for the Yankees. Don't know what the first name was, so I just gave him the name Joey. And I certainly don't know his qualities, but I kind of made him a pretty weak hitter as well. All the weak qualities that Reyna had, but they're semi. So, but he is a semi-gold fielder, so that's one bright spot. And here's the pitch. It's a 1-5-6. 1-5-6 is blank on the pitcher. Is he a whiffer? He's a semi-whiffer. The side or die says he's not. Therefore, we have outfield drama. Outfield drama. You could have Willie Mays Hayes or Pedro Serrano out there affecting this play, so anything's liable to happen here in outfield drama. It's a 2-3. 2-3 asks center fielder iron. Actually made Willie Mays Hayes a semi-gold, so that's not going to matter there. It's an easy fly out to center field. So that's the second out. I know in the beginning of the movie he was butchering the ball a lot, but towards the end they had him, pretty much as a Gold Glove type center fielder. So I split the difference and called him semi-gold. So now we're back to the top of the order and made up center fielder Elliott Williams. He grounded to second his first time up. It is a 1-1-2, and a 1-1-2 asks, does the pitcher, is he have flash? Eddie Harris does not have flash. So now we check sad sack. Is he a sad sack? He's a semi-sad sack. The side or die says he is a sad sack. Therefore, he pops up to the shortstop Reyna to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Yankees. And after 2.5, it's still no score. Leading off for the Indians will be left fielder. And this player, I think his last name was Ward. I think I remember seeing that on one of the jerseys. I didn't know the first name, so of course to be humorous and comical and stupid, I called him Montgomery Ward. So Montgomery Ward will step up, and it is a 5-5-6. 5-5-6 asks, is the pitcher an ace? Yes, he is. It's a line out to the third baseman. So Ward lines out to first. And by making up these players, I have no idea what kind of an outcome I'm going to get as far as I'm going to get a hitter's paradise or a pitching duel. Right now it looks like a pitching duel. So now Willie Mays Hayes back to the top of the order. He struck out his first time up, and he had to do some push-ups when he, no, that's when he pops it up. When he pops it up, he does push-ups. Okay. Didn't have to do push-ups on the strikeout. All right, here's the pitch to Willie Mays Hayes. It is a 1-2-6. 1-2-6 asks is the pitcher fresh. Yes, he is. We're still in the third inning. So therefore, it is a line out to the second baseman. So at least Willie Mays Hayes got wood on the ball. There are now 2 outs and the base is empty for catcher Jake Taylor. Taylor was a strikeout victim because of the Durwood Merrill strictness. So we'll see what happens here. It is a 3-4-4. 3-4-4 asks is the pitcher a prospect? No, he's not. Is the batter patient? Yes, he is. So it's a walk. So Jake Taylor draws a 2-out walk, and he is on for third baseman Roger Dorn. Roger Dorn is stepping to the plate. He walked his first time up. Jackson's walked 3 batters already, despite the fact that he has the control quality. Okay, 1-3-5. 1-3-5 is the unusual results, and the 1 is in blue, so we're going to the umpire chart. The umpire chart with a runner at first base. Runner at first base, and the first base umpire in this game is Jerry Neudecker, so we'll see what he has to say. And it could also be the second base umpire, Larry McCoy. So we'll take a look here. Here is the result. It is a 2-3, and on the umpire's card, 2-3 asks is the lenient umpire at first base. Nope, Jerry Neudecker is semi-respected, but he is not lenient. If he was lenient, the batter would be ruled safe at first on a very close play. Otherwise, other umpires rule batter out at first. So the batter is going to be out, but the runner will advance. That's the third out, so there is no advancement. So it is simply an out. Now, it doesn't say what kind of an out, so I'm going to say he grounds to short. I didn't really say who the ball was hit to. Don't guess it really matters. An out's an out, and the inning's over. We played 3 complete, and there's still no score. And now that we're in the 4th inning of play, Eddie Harris now is semi-fresh, as is Steve Jackson. They're both semi-fresh. Leading off will be Rudy Kirkland, the second baseman. He doubled his first time up. It is a 2-2-4. 2-2-4, pitching at home. Yes, he is, so it's a pop-up to Reyna, the shortstop. So Eddie Harris gets the benefit of pitching at home, even though it's in Milwaukee, not Cleveland. And that'll bring up Mark Burton, the left fielder. He popped to Dorn his first time up. It's a 1-3-5, so we're right back to the unusual play charts for the umpires. This time it's a bases empty check. And the home plate umpire, Durwood Merrill, is semi-strict, keep in mind. So here is the result for the umpire, 1-5. 1-5 asks, respected umpire at home. No, he's semi-strict. He's not respected. If he was respected, it would be strike 3, you're out. Other umpires call ball 2, batter still at bat. So, Burton did not get rung up. So, it is going to be Burton still at the plate with another chance. And the pitch, another 1-3-5. How does this keep happening? Back-to-back 1-3-5, so we're back on the umpire chart again, and we're back to the home plate umpire, Durwood Merrill. Let's see what he does this time. It is a 1-3. 1-3 asks questionable umpire at home. He's not questionable, he's semi-strict. If he's questionable, he calls questionable third strike. Other umpire calls ball 4, it's a walk. So Durwood Merrill has been impacting this game quite a bit. He struck out Jake Taylor back in the first. And now, instead of striking out Burton, he has walked Burton. So Burton is aboard with 1 out. And the dangerous Clu Hayward is up. Although he did ground to short his first time up. Here is the pitch. It is 1-1-1. That's not good. Not for Clu Hayward. But 1-1 asks, is the pitcher an ace? Yes, he is. Eddie Harris is listed as an ace. Therefore, it's a ground out to third. And a lead die of 1 is a double play. So a 5-4, 4-3 double play to end the inning. Had that been Ricky Vaughn in there, that would have been a 3-run shot. Or a 2-run shot, I should say. But because Vaughn is not an ace. But that stopped it. So we go to the bottom of the 4th, still scoreless. And that'll bring up Pedro Serrano. He walked his first time up. See if the Indians are in good hands with Serrano. And 1-1-1 again. How about that? However, Jackson is an ace as well. So it's another ground ball to third. No home run. Ace pitchers have stopped those two results. One away. And that'll bring up Fred Tomlinson. And the delivery is a 1-5-6. 1-5-6 is blank for the pitcher. Is he a whiffer? He's a semi-whiffer. Decider die says he is, so he strikes out. So Fred Tomlinson with the strikeout. And that'll bring up Frank Metcalf, the power hitting first baseman for the Indians. And 2 outs, bases empty. Here is the delivery. It's a 4-4-5. 4-4-5 asks, does the pitcher have flash quality? Yes, he does. Actually, he's semi-flash. Decider die says he's not, so he does not have the flash quality. I take that back. It then asks, is he a home run king? He's a semi-home run king, but Decider die says no. Therefore, it's a ground out to first. So Metcalf grounds out to Clue Haywood unassisted, and the inning is over. We've played 4 complete, and we're still waiting for somebody to score a run. We're 0-0. And now Neil Coleman will lead off the 5th. The right fielder, he grounded to third his first time up. The pitch is a 1-2-4. 1-2-4 asks, does the pitcher have control? Eddie Harris actually has double control, so he certainly has control. So that's a ground out to the shortstop. 1 down. And that'll bring up Morris Traylor. Morris Traylor. Traylor, the batter. It is a 2-2-5. 2-2-5 asks, is the pitcher a star? Yes, he is. It's a ground out to the infielder of our choice. He's going to ground to Dorn again to keep him occupied over there. So there's 2 away. And so I guess making both these pitchers aces and stars is what's controlling this game at 0-0 to this point. Here is Eddie Martin. Eddie Martin is a 2-4-5. 2-4-5 is blank on the pitcher. It asks, is he a hero? He is not a hero. Therefore, he pops up to second base to end the inning. And the next result is on the player experience chart, which does not bode well for the Indians because the icon is with the Yankees. So, player experience chart. However, let's put a pause here because manager Lou Brown has left the tire industry and has gone to manage the Indians, and he is going to make a manager card option choice to make Larson a non-prospect this at bat. So one moment while I get the manager cards and we'll get busy. Okay, the shrewd Lou Brown is using a manager influence card, and that will make Larson an experienced icon this at bat to match the icon that is Steve Jackson. So they are both icons this at bat on the right now chart. And here is the result. It's a 5-6. 5-6 asks, is an icon pitcher? Yes, he is. He fools batter with an all-speed pitch, sky-high pop-up to the shortstop. So making Larson an icon didn't help that time as we went to the pitcher for his icon. So there's 1 away, and 1 manager card has been used now by Lou Brown. And that'll bring up Carlos Reyna, the shortstop. He struck out his first time up. Here is the pitch. It's a 1-1-5. And a 1-1-5 asks, is the pitcher fresh? He's semi-fresh now. The decider die says no, so he's not fresh. It asks, is the batter a home run king or a sad sack? He is a sad sack, therefore he strikes out. So Reyna strikes out, being that he is a sad sack. He would have doubled if he wasn't a sad sack, but oh well, that happens. Now here's Montgomery Ward. Montgomery Ward, the batter. It is 3-4-6. 3-4-6 is blank on the pitcher. Is he eager? He's semi-eager. Decider die says he is eager. Therefore, he flies to center to end the inning. So goose eggs here through 5 innings. We go to the 6th. No score. And now catcher Steve Cloninger is up for the Yankees. And we haven't even had to hint at a bullpen yet. So here's Cloninger. It is a 1-3-4. 1-3-4 asks, is the catcher gold? He's semi-gold. Decider die says he is gold, Jake Taylor. Because of the decider die, he is gold. Therefore, it is a strikeout, unless the batter has a good eye, which he does not. So that's a strikeout thanks to Jake Taylor being a semi-gold catcher. So there's one away, and that'll bring up Joey Danello, the shortstop. Danello, it's a 3-4-6. 3-4-6 is blank for the pitcher. Ask, is he eager? He's semi-eager. Decider die says he is. Therefore, it's a fly ball to center field. So 2 down very quickly. And now we're back to the top of the order, and Elliott Williams. Elliott Williams will hit here in the 2 out space is empty. He is grounded to second and popped to short. It's a 3-5-6, which is asking if he's the same. No, he's not. Eddie Harris is a right-hander. Williams is a left-hander, so we skipped that result. Is he utility or sad sack? He's a semi-sad sack and he's semi-utility, but the sire die says no. Therefore, it's a single down the first base line. So a base hit there for Eddie Williams, and he is an active runner. So they're going to put him in motion here and try to steal. So we're going to try to steal here. But first we have to determine whether or not he gets a jump. So the determination is, does he get the jump? So let's see here. See, remember the stolen base thing says first roll decider die to see if he gets a jump. Okay. He does not get the jump, so he's not going to steal. That ends that. We go right to Rudy Kirkland now. Second baseman. It's a 1-1-4. 1-1-4 asks, is Eddie Harris fresh? No, he's semi-fresh. Decider die says he's not fresh. Is the batter sad sack or patient? He's semi-patient, but decider die again says no. It's a single to right field, and with a lead die of 1, the runner advances only 1 base. So it's a single to right by Kirkland. Williams will stop at second base, and that result was in purple. So now we go to the the chemistry chart. And before the game, it was decided that the Yankees were harmonious and the Indians were dissonant, because the Indians were dissonant they had problems within their team the whole movie, it seemed like. So we've got harmonious Yankees against the dissonant Indians. So we'll see how that works out. But Lou Brown has stepped in. Hold the phone. Lou Brown is coming in to make another manager trip or manager card play. And that's going to be dugout chatter. So Lou Brown, making his second manager card, is giving dugout chatter to turn his dissonant team to a neutral team. So he's going to at least be neutral. They won't be dissonant. They'll be neutral. And, of course, the Yankees will still be harmonious. So we'll see what happens and see if that move by Lou Brown pays off. It is a 2-5 asking pitching team dissonance. It's a good thing he did it, because they would have been dissonant and it would have hurt them. It would have been a ball that dropped in for a single, but it's a fly ball to right. So Lou Brown, with his managing prowess there, got them out of the inning thanks to the dugout chatter, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still scoreless, and we will start things off with the top of the order and Willie Mays Hayes. And Willie Mays Hayes has struck out and lined to second. Here he is against Jackson. It is a 3-4-6. 3-4-6 is blank on the pitcher side. It's asking, is the batter eager? Yes, he is. He flies to center. So Willie Mays Hayes flies out. That'll bring up Jake Taylor. Jake Taylor. I got a feeling this game might end just on a solo home run somewhere along the line. So here's Jake Taylor. It's a 2-4-6. 2-4-6 asks, does the pitcher have control? Yes, he does. It is a ground ball back to the pitcher. So Taylor grounds out 1-3. And that's 2 away. And that'll bring up third baseman Roger Dorn. Roger Dorn. 2 out space is empty. It is a 4-5-5. 4-5-5 asks, does the pitcher have flash? Yes, he's got semi-flash. The sire die says he does, so he is flash. It's a strikeout, unless the batter has a good eye. He's got a semi-good eye. The sire die says he does have a good eye. Therefore, that is a walk for Roger Dorn. So his second walk of the game, thanks to his patient quality, his good eye quality. So he is aboard with 2 outs for Pedro Serrano Don't know if Joe Boo can help out this at bat or not. We'll find out. Here is the pitch. It's a 1-3-4. 1-3-4 asks, is it a gold catcher? The catcher for the Yankees in this case, and let me find him here. Should have written down these characteristics earlier. Cloninger is neutral. He's not gold. So we skip that result. It asks, is the batter a champion? The batter is not a champion. So therefore we have outfield drama. So Pedro Serrano has hit into outfield drama. Let's see what we got. It's a 1-3 outfield drama. Center fielder iron. The center fielder in this case for the Yankees is Mr. Williams. Mr. Elliott Williams. He's actually semi-gold, so no need to worry about the iron thing there. So he's not iron. So therefore, it doesn't drop in for a single. He makes a lunging catch to end the inning. So Serrano lines to center. Inning is over. We've played 6 here from Milwaukee, Cleveland/Milwaukee, and we're still scoreless. So we go to the 7th, no score. And now that we're in the 7th, the freshness qualities for both pitchers are nil. So, and who comes up to lead off for the Yankees but big Clu Haywood? Clu Haywood, a.k.a. Pete Vukovich. So we'll see what happens here. It is a 1-1-4. 1-1-4 asks, is the pitcher fresh? No, he's not. Not even a desired eye would have helped him on that, so we skip that quality. Is Haywood sad sack or patient? He is patient, so he fouls out to the catcher. So that time the patient quality cost him. So foul out to the catcher. Fouls out to Jake Taylor, 1 away. So the Indians escape that one. And now that'll bring up Neil Coleman. Neil Coleman. And Neil Coleman, 3-5-6 asks, are they the same? Yes, they are. Coleman's right-handed and so is Harris. So it is a strikeout. So 2 away. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Morris Traylor. Morris Traylor. Pitch. It is a 2-3-5. 2-3-5 is asking, is the pitcher wild? No, he's got double control. Is the batter eager? Yes, he is eager. Therefore, it's a single through the shortstop unless he's a whiffer. And since he is a whiffer, that means that's a strikeout. So, innings over for the Yankees. We go to the 7th inning stretch, still scoreless. And speaking of stretching, I'm going to stretch now and get something to drink and come back refreshed for the bottom of the 7th. Okay, Fred Tomlinson starts at the bottom of the 7th. I think what I'm going to do is cap both starting pitchers at 8 innings. So after 8 innings, they'll have to go to the bullpen, regardless of the score. So here is Tomlinson. He will lead off the bottom of the 7th. It is a 2-4-5. 2-4-5 is blank on the pitcher side. It asks, is the batter a hero? He is not. Therefore, it's a pop up to second base. And now we go to player experience. Player experience chart for the next at bat. And on player experience, Metcalf is neutral. He's not a prospect, so Lou Brown's going to hold off on using any more manager cards for now. And we'll see what happens here on the player experience. It's a 4-6. Ask, is it an icon pitcher? Yes, he is. He sneaks strike 3 past the batter. So that is a strikeout, thanks to Jackson being an icon. So Metcalf is done. And that'll bring up Charlie Larson with 2 outs and the base is empty. And the pitch is a 1-2-6. 1-2-6 asks, is the pitcher fresh? No, he's not. Is the batter a sad sack? He's a semi-sad sack. Desire Die says no. Therefore, it's a single past second base. So it's a base hit for Larson. Base hit for Larson, and it's in blue. So we go to the right now chart in the next at bat. And on the right now chart, Steve Jackson is now cold because he just gave up that base hit. Carlos Reyna is cold because he struck out both times he's been to the plate. So we got a cold batter against a cold pitcher. Cold batter against cold pitcher. So we'll see what happens here. And before we do that, it looks like we might have another manager move here. So it's a one-on-one pep talk, and that will be done by both managers. I don't know the manager's name for the Yankees. Don't even know how to make it up. But it's a manager pep talk and a manager influence, both on the right now chart. So we're going to go with the cold player becomes neutral. So both batters are now both batter and pitcher are now neutral in this case. So not really sure, they kind of counteracted each other there, but so be it. Here we go. It's a 3-4. 3-4 asks, is it a cold batter? No, he's not. He's neutral because of the fact that the manager card was used. If he was cold, he would hit a weak dribble to the pitcher. Batter's slump affects team side retired alternating ground out. So it would have been, the whole side would have been out. But since it's not, it's just a fly ball to right. But it's the third out anyway, so it really didn't make any much of a difference there, did it? So after 7 complete, we are still scoreless, and we go to the top of the 8th, and this is the last inning of work that I'm going to allow for the starters in this game. I think I may have rated them obviously too good to have them control the game like this. So Ed Harris in his last inning of work will be facing the designated hitter Ed Martin. And Martin at 2-2-3 asks, is the pitcher an ace or a star? Yes, he is. It's a ground out to the shortstop. So Martin grounds out to shortstop, 1 away. And that'll bring up Steve Cloninger. Cloninger, the catcher, steps to the plate, 1 out. And here's the batter. It's 4-5-6. 4-5-6, the pitcher is blank. The batter is patient. He's semi-patient. The side or die says he is, therefore it's a walk. So Cloninger with a 1-out walk. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Danello. Joey Danello. Joey Danello, the shortstop, will be up here. And he may get pinch hit for. In fact, he is going to be pinch hit for. He's such a weak hitter. So we're going to pinch hit for Danello. And the new batter, new pinch hitter, will be left-handed hitting Herb Brinkman, another made-up player. And the new pitcher, or new infielder, I should say, new shortstop, will be Ray Peterson, another made-up player. So he will come in and play short. They will lose some fielding because he is now neutral as a fielder instead of being a Gold Glove fielder. But they're going for the offense. So Brinkman is going to pinch hit here for Danello here in the 8th inning. So he is a pinch hitter. And if they roll a 3-6-6, it will really be good with that pinch hitting roll, won't he? So here is the pitch to Brinkman. It's a 3-3-5. 3-3-5 asks, is the pitcher wild? No, he's not. Is the batter a sad sack? No, he's not. It's a single to right. And a stolen base, but a stoic runner holds, but the runner on first, there's a runner on first already ahead of him, so he can't steal. Lead die of 3, a single, runner advances 2 bases, so Cloninger will go to third on that pinch hit. And now runners are at the corners with 2 outs. And Elliott Williams, the leadoff center fielder, is now up with a chance to drive home the first run of the game with runners at the corners and 2 outs. So here is the pitch from Harris. He might be tiring a little bit. We shall see. The pitch is a 3-3-6. 3-3-6 asks, is he an ace? Yes, he is. It's a fly out to center field. So Harris was able to sneak through there and get one more batter out to end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 8th with the score. Still no score. So Montgomery Ward will try to get things going for the Indians here in the bottom of the 8th. It is 3-3-6. 3-3-6 was the one we just had, I think. 8 is an ace pitcher. Yes, he is. It's a fly out to center field. So there's 1 away. And now we're back to the top of the order and Willie Mays Hayes. So Willie Mays Hayes will hit with 1 out. He is struck out, line to second, and fly to center. This time it's a 1-5-6. 1-5-6, the pitcher is blank. It asks, is he a whiffer? He is a whiffer, so therefore he strikes out. So Willie Mays Hayes with the K for second out, and that'll bring up Jake Taylor. Jake Taylor does have the semi-slugger quality, so maybe he can get into one here. We'll see. Jake Taylor It is a 2.55. 2.55. Yes, is the pitcher a star? Yes, he is. It is a strikeout unless the batter has a good eye, which Jake Taylor does. So it is a walk. So Jake Taylor will walk based on his good eye. So that keeps the inning going for third baseman Roger Dorn. So Roger Dorn now with a chance. 2 outs and Taylor at first. And the pitch is 1-4-6. 1-4-6 asks, does the pitcher have flash quality? Yes, he does. I'm sorry, he's semi-flash. He does not, because the decider die says no. So he's not flash. Therefore, it asks, is the batter a champion? Dorn is a semi-champion, but the decider die again lets him down. Therefore, it's a ground out to second base, and the inning is over. So we played 8 complete, no score here from Cleveland/Milwaukee. And now I'm going to implement my rule of not being able to continue past 8 innings. So the Indians now are bringing in Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn. He will be coming in to pitch. And the third batter he will be facing in the order will be Clue Hayward. So that'll be certainly a monumental task here. Vaughn is a star, double flash and double wild. He will be an ace on this first at-bat against Kirkland. So Vaughn coming in to pitch the 9th, facing Kirkland, the second baseman. And Vaughn is an ace this at-bat. Here's the pitch to Kirkland. It is 3-3-4. 3-3-4 asks, is he an ace or a star? Actually, he was already a star, now he's an ace also. So it's a pop out to the first baseman, 1 away. So Ricky Vaughn gets the first out. That'll bring up Mark Burton, left-handed hitter with a little bit of power against Vaughn. Here's the pitch. It is a 1-1-4. 1-1-4 asks, does he have the flash quality? Yes, he does. He's actually double flash. Therefore, it is a strikeout unless, but we have the pitcher goggles. So we go back to 1-4-4, and we look for a questionable or lenient umpire calls ball 4. Unfortunately for Burton, Merrill is semi-strict. He's not questionable or lenient, so the strikeout stands. There are 2 away. And now the at-bat everyone had been waiting for, the showdown between Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn and Clue Hayward, the crescendo of the ball game and of the movie. So we'll see what happens in this case. In the movie, Vaughn strikes him out, but we'll see what happens here. For Clue Hayward, it is a 1-3-6. 1-3-6 asks, is the pitcher an ace? No, he's not an ace. He was just an ace at first at bat. Is the batter whiffer or cold? No, he is not either. So it's infield drama. So we're going to go to infield drama for the Clue Hayward at bat. And here is the result. It's a 1-4. Asks, is the first baseman iron? First baseman, Metcalf, is neutral. He's not iron. So it's not an iron play. It's an easy ground ball handled by him. So it's a ground out to first. The inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Still tied, no score. And now Jackson will have to leave for the Yankees. And the Duke will come in. Duke Temple, the Duke, is in. And he is already an ace. He'll be a double ace this first at bat against Pedro Serrano. So Duke Temple, a.k.a. Steve Yeager, is up to face Pedro Serrano for the first at bat of the bottom of the 9th. It is a 4-6-6. 4-6-6 asks, is he wild? He is not wild. He has double control. Is the batter a home run king or a slugger? He is a home run king and a slugger, so he strikes out. So Pedro Serrano struck him out. Can't hit the curveball. Joe Boo's not even helping him. So that'll bring up Fred Tomlinson, the designated hitter, left-handed hitter, with a chance here against the Duke. It is a 3-3-6. 3-3-6 asks, is the Duke an ace? Yes, he is. It's a fly out to center field. So that's out number 2. And that'll bring up Frank Metcalf, the first baseman. He does have a little bit of power, being a semi-slugger and a semi-home run king. So we'll see what happens here. It is a 3-5-6. 3-5-6. Ask, are they the same? Yes, they are. Therefore, the Duke strikes him out. So, no score through 9. We go to extra innings here in Cleveland/Milwaukee. And it's still no score. Neil Coleman will lead off the top of the 10th against Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn, who is now semi-fresh since he's in his second inning of work as a relief pitcher. 3-4-6. It's blank for the pitcher. Is the batter eager? No, he's not. It's a walk. So it is a walk. Active runner steals, but Coleman is not active. So Coleman draws a leadoff walk. And that result is in purple, so we're going to go to the chemistry chart. And again, Lou Brown has come out of the dugout, and he's going to come out and argue the ball and strike call that had just happened there to allow the walk. And see here, it says, manager zeal improves team chemistry for next at bat. Any team gains harmony. So they're not only going to be neutral, they're going to be harmonious. So let's see here. We're going to roll die roll of 1 or 6. The manager is ejected and no strategy cards can be used the rest of the game. So he's taking a chance by arguing to get him from neutral up to harmonious. But if it's a roll of 1 or 6, then Durwood Merrill has just rung him up and tossed him from the ball game. It's a 6. Lou Brown is gone. Lou Brown has been ejected by Durwood Merrill. I believe the team is still harmonious because that happened before the ejection. But Durwood Merrill has just thrown out Lou Brown, told Lou Brown to go back to his tires. And now we're back to harmonious against harmonious in this chemistry roll with Morris Trailer at the plate and Coleman at first. It's a 2-6. 2-6 asks batting team harmony. Yes, they are. Fired up batter chops a single. So he chops a single, and let's see here. Runners advance on a single, 1 base. 1 base. Active runner would get 2 bases, but I don't think Coleman was active. Nope, he was neutral. So it's a 1 base hit, but now runners are at first and second with nobody out. And Lou Brown no longer in the dugout, and no more manager cards can be used. So the Indians could be in trouble here. Ed Martin is the batter. Bunting situation for Ed Martin. So we're going to try to attempt a bunt here. And let's see what the roll is. Anything a 3-4-5, he gets the sacrifice down. Rolls a 1, he'll be safe. 6, we roll again. It's a 4, so that is a sacrifice. That works. Sacrifice hit. So Trailer moves to second, and Coleman moves to third with 1 out. The infield now will have to come in, and Steve Cloninger, the catcher, is stepping to the plate. And so Cloninger is up. Cloninger, infield in. Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn with the pitch. 3-6-6. 3-6-6 is blank on the pitcher. Is it a pinch hitter? No, it's not. Therefore, he flies to center. Now, stoic runner on third base holds on fly out. Others score. Well, Coleman is not stoic. He is neutral. So that is a sacrifice fly for Cloninger. And that has given the Yankees the 1-0 lead that they've been looking for the Duke to protect here in the 10th inning. They've broken up the shutout. And now Ray Peterson, the new shortstop who took over for Danilo after he was pinch hit for in the 8th, is up to his first at bat. And that is a 1-1-3. 1-1-3 asks, is the pitcher an ace? No. Is the batter a slugger? No, he's not. It's a single to center field, star, star. The star, star means if he's a sad sack or home run king, he strikes out. He is a semi-sad sack, but the sire die says he's not a sad sack. Therefore, it's single stands. It's a base hit. But the runners only go 1 base on base hits unless he's active, unless the runner is active. And I don't think Trailer is active. I think he's neutral. Double check that. Trailer is, if I can find him here. Where are you, Mr. Trailer? Trailer is actually semi-stoic, so he's definitely not going to score. So the bases are now loaded on that hit by Peterson. So let's see here what happens now. I'm sorry, not the bases. It's runners at the corners, not bases loaded. Runners are at the corners and 2 outs. Runners are at the corners and 2 outs. Still only one run is in. We're back to the top of the order, and Elliott Williams. Elliott Williams is up against Ricky Vaughn, trying to get out of this. 2-3-3. 2-3-3. Ask is an ace or star. He's a star. Therefore, it's a ground out to shortstop, so Vaughn gets out of it. But the Yankees do bring across that one important run, and we go to the bottom of the 10th here at Cleveland/Milwaukee County Stadium. It's the Yankees 1 and the Indians nothing with a last chance to go against the Duke. Okay, acting manager Jake Taylor, player manager since Lou Brown has been ejected, is going to go for some bold moves here and go to his bench. Larson will be pulled for a pinch hitter. Joey Winters, the backup catcher, but he's a left-handed hitter. So we'll see if he can get something going against the Duke here. Here is the pitch. It is a 1-2-5. 1-2-5 says, is the pitcher a struggler? No, he's not. Is the batter patient? He's semi-patient. The sire die says he is patient. Therefore, he walks. However, it is a 1-2-5 check. So again, Durwood Merrill will come into play. Questionable or strict umpire calls calls strike 3. Durwood Merrill semi-strict. Sire die says he is strict, so it's a strikeout. So Durwood Merrill, not a Cleveland Indians fan in this game. So Winters is gone. Winters is gone as Durwood Merrill gave him the cold shoulder. And that'll bring up Reggie Stocker, another pinch hitter, left-handed hitter. He will hit for the light-hitting shortstop Reyna. So Stocker trying to get something going here against the Duke. It's a 2-2-6. Batter hit by pitch, possibly. And the sire die says he is hit by the pitch. So Stocker gets plunked by the Duke. I'm sure that didn't feel good coming from the Duke. And so we've got a base runner now for the Indians with 1 out. And Montgomery Ward trying to catalog a base hit here. Here is the delivery from the Duke. It is a 4-5-5. 4-5-5 asks, does that pitcher have flash? Yes, he does. It's a strikeout unless he has a good eye, but Ward does not have a good eye, so therefore it is a strikeout. So 2 outs, and that's all down now to Willie Mays Hayes. We're down to Willie Mays Hayes. Last chance for the Indians. Willie Mays Hayes. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-3-4. 2-3-4. Runners on base. Yes, there are. We got plate drama. Plate drama. So Willie Mays Hayes batting with plate drama against the Duke. It is 1-5. Plate drama 1-5. Catcher gold. No, the catcher is neutral. Pitch in the dirt but holds on ball. Otherwise in the dirt, pass ball. So it's a pass ball. Pass ball will move Stocker, the pinch hitter, up to second base on that pass ball. The event is in red, so we're going to the player experience chart. So that's going to hurt the Indians here because Willie Mays Hayes is a semi-prospect. The Duke is an icon. And since Lou Brown was ejected, they can no longer use any more of their manager cards. So we're stuck with Hayes being a semi-prospect. The Duke Temple is an icon. Here we go. Runner on second, so a base hit could tie the ball game. And it's a 3-4. 3-4 asks, is it a prospect batter? He's a semi-prospect batter. The sire die says he is a prospect batter. He's caught looking at strike 3, strikeout. Ball game is over. The Duke strikes him out looking. And the Yankees have ended the storybook season of the Indians with a dominating pitching performance and shutout between Steve Jackson and the Duke. They have shut things down, and that's going to do it for the Indians. And there could be a rumor that money was slipped to Durwood Merrill to help some of those calls. although that cannot be substantiated. It's a definite possibility that may be investigated, but there's nothing they can do about it right now. It's going to go up to the league office and they'll check it out and see if that's the case. And if that's the case, then we could see a rematch, but we never know. So for right now, the Yankees with a 1-0 victory, and Bob Uecker is not too happy about it. He is letting people know about it, and he may be filing something with the office here on Mr. Durwood Merrill. But from here, that's it for our movie edition part 3, which was Major League. Remember, we did 42, the movie 42 in part 1, and part 2 was Moneyball. And here in part 3, it is Major League, the movie Major League, and the Yankees coming on top by a score of 1-0. The 4th movie in the series will be 8 Men Out, and that'll be played on replay baseball using the 1919 Cincinnati Reds versus the 1919 Black Sox. So long from here. Have a good evening, everybody. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the offering there of Major League. It was definitely a fun set to create, and it was a fun game to play. Obviously, rating the both starting pitchers to be stars and aces definitely was a little bit out of line there. I probably should have made them semi, or made one an ace and not a star, or vice versa, because there were a couple of roles that were 1-1-1s that would have been home runs that were eliminated, and so that's what caused the score to be scoreless through 9 innings. That's why I ended up taking the starters out after 8, because I might still be rolling if that was the case. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed a little spoof on that and my take on that movie, Major League. And I certainly had a blast doing it. I tried to throw a little humor in the commentary as I was playing. Don't know how well that came across, but it's certainly one of the more fun videos I've ever had doing for the channel. It's probably the most fun I've had doing for the channel, actually, because I wasn't really trying to get a particular statistical outcome the way I would doing a Stratomatic video or something along those lines. This was just having fun, and sort of like the restaurant Outback, their slogan, no rules, just right. That's kind of the way I took this video. So, despite the fact that I may have not rated some of the players the way I should have, c'est la vie, as they say, and that's the way it turned out. But I hope everybody enjoyed it. And after going back and looking at the score sheet, I didn't even realize it when I was recording it, but actually the Yankee pitcher, Steve Jackson, had a no-hitter going until the 7th, and the Indians only got 1 hit in the entire game, and I didn't even catch that because I was having so much fun just doing the results, and particularly the umpire results. I really like I like it when the umpires impact the game. It makes it a little more interesting, and I was able to use a lot of manager cards as well, and having the manager ejected was even more fun, more interesting. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. Next offering in week 4 will be the movie 61, and that's a tribute to obviously the 61 season, Roger Maris breaking the home run record. Billy Crystal put that movie out, and if you have not seen that movie, I would certainly recommend it. It was very well done, and that'll be again back to status pro because that's what I have the seasons for. So that'll be a game between the Tigers and Yankees that I picked out because the movie did not really emphasize the World Series. It only emphasized the regular season. So what I did is I took a actual game that was played against Detroit Tigers, used the actual lineups. I believe it was from May, if I'm not mistaken. I used the actual lineups and just played that out, and that was a fun experience as well. So anyway, with week 3 in the books now with Major League, I hope that went well. And if this Wednesday night movie night on the channel catches on and people like it, then once I get past the first 5 videos I've already done, then I'll keep it going. If not, if it gets to be something where people get bored with it or don't like it anymore, then I'll try to go on and do something else, but we'll wait and see. But anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful Wednesday night, and we're almost through February. Just hang in there. Spring training is coming, And spring is coming, and we'll be back to seeing real-life baseball in spring training and getting geared up for a new season. But right now, the dead of winter, it can still be baseball season as long as we have our tabletops. Good night, everybody.